Good afternoon, everyone, and a very, very warm welcome to our short-term insurance webinar. My name is Marissa Grindling, and I am the Head of Department for Risk and Insurance at Milpark Education. It is a real pleasure to have you join us today as we explore the exciting and evolving world of short-term insurance, a sector that continues to play a crucial role in the risk protection and economic resilience, particularly in today's rapidly changing landscape. So before we dive into today's session, I do just want to take a moment to show you the faces of our passionate and committed team. Joining us today are our dedicated lecturers and program managers who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that your learning journey is not only academically rigorous, but also practically relevant. These are the people that will walk alongside you as you navigate your studies and prepare to thrive in the insurance industry. At Milpark Education, we are proud to offer flexible and future-focused learning through our distance learning platform, designed specifically for adult learner in mind. We understand that many of our students balance full-time work, family commitments, and other responsibilities. That is why our courses are structured to allow for self-paced, accessible learning anywhere, anytime. Whether you are studying late at night or during your lunch break, you can count on Milpark to provide the tools, content, and support you need to succeed. We are equally proud of our institutional partnerships and recognitions that underpin the quality and credibility of our insurance qualifications. Our insurance qualifications are recognized by key professional bodies, including the Insurance Institute of South Africa, or the IISA, a critical partner in developing the next generation of insurance professionals, and recently we also became a corporate partner. We also maintain alignment with the Chartered Insurance Institute, or the CII, in the United Kingdom, providing a global context for our studies and opportunities for international recognition via recognition of prior learning. Additionally, we are also affiliated with ILASA, the Institute of Loss Adjusters of Southern Africa, ensuring our content remains relevant to specialist roles within the industry. And finally, we are very proud signatories of the UN Principles for Sustainable Insurance. This means we embed sustainability, ethics, and responsible risk management into our curriculum to ensure that our graduates not only excel technically, but also contribute meaningfully to the building resilience and inclusive societies. Today's webinar will offer you a glimpse into how we combine academic excellence, professional relevance, and ethical foresight to shape the short-term insurance leaders of tomorrow. So thank you again very much for being here with us today, and we hope this session will inspire you, inform you, and perhaps even ignite a passion for the short-term insurance. So let's get started. I will now hand over to the heads of the various insurance qualifications that we offer, starting with SINAZU and the higher certificate in short-term insurance.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is SINAZU Kozo, and I am the Program Oversight Manager for the higher certificate in short-term insurance, as well as a lecturer on the qualification. Okay, so just to give you a bit about our qualification, the higher certificate in short-term insurance. So the key and primary purpose of our qualification is to equip our students with the knowledge and the skills that are required by a short-term insurance specialist who operates within the South African insurance environment. Okay, then once you complete the qualification, you will be competent and able to provide short-term insurance services and also advice across the field of personal and commercial lines insurance. Okay, next slide, please, Marissa.
It's there, can't you see it?
No.
Okay. Goodness.
I've got it on my side, don't worry. I can't see it on the screen. Okay, so as part of our qualification, who is the target market or who would be suitable for the qualification? So it is targeted at anyone who's entering the short-term insurance industry who needs a full qualification for the phase, fit, and proper purposes, or if you're aiming to apply for the licentiate designation from the IISA, which Marissa referred to, or for the CERT CII designation from the Chartered Institute of Insurance Institute. Then it is also very suitable for a school leaver, so straight out of high school, who requires a higher certificate for access to do a diploma or a degree program for studies. Yeah, and then just various roles in which you can work in once you have completed the higher certificate in short-term insurance. So you can become an insurance sales consultant, you can become a broker and assistant, a junior underwriter, a claims administrator, a policy administrator, as well as a risk assistant in insurance. And so it's not even limited to these, but there's various roles in which you can work in once you get the qualification in higher certificate in short-term insurance. Okay, then just to also give you an overview of what the program structure looks like. So we've got 4 compulsory modules that you would need to complete on the qualification, namely personal lines insurance, legal framework, commercial lines, as well as risk management. Okay, so those are the 4 compulsory modules. Then we do also have electives that you can choose from. So you only need to choose 2 electives in order to have to complete the 6 modules for the qualification. And the electives that you can choose from include construction and engineering insurance, introduction to underwriting, marine insurance, as well as relationship management in short-term insurance. Okay, so with our qualification, they're very practical, and we are also just trying to build up more practicality into the qualification. An example would be one of the electives, relationship management in short-term insurance. So building up into the assessment structure, we're also just going to teach you, so you'll do a presentation where you basically learn how to, deal with conflict. So conflict resolution, which is one of the outcomes of the module itself, which is also, we all know in the practical world that we all at some point would need to resolve some conflict. So just to cement the practicality of our qualification, we are also building that into the qualification. And then the total credits for the qualification in order for you to successfully complete it would be 125 credits. Yeah, thank you. And over to you, Charlene, for the advanced certificate.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this session. My name is Charlene Wolmerans, and I am the project owner of this qualification. And the Advanced Certificate in Short-Term Insurance program is aimed at ensuring insurance staff working across all sectors of the industry, and it is the logical progression from Milpark's higher certificate in short-term insurance. The program provides an in-depth understanding of insurance practices in terms of technical, subject matter, and application skills. Next slide. Who must do this qualification? So it's suitable for anybody employed or any employed person who wants to enhance his or her knowledge of specialized short-term insurance products and who has completed a relevant short-term insurance NQF 5 higher certificate qualification. Also, a person employed in a managerial position in the short-term insurance industry, and then also a person in the insurance industry operating in the underwriting and the claims department of an insurer. Next slide. There we go. Right. So after completing this qualification, what career paths can you follow? First of all, underwriting in short-term insurance, becoming an insurance broker or a client's relationship consultant, a claims consultant, a technical insurance support specialist, a team leader in insurance operations. These are just basically 5 careers, but there is a whole lot you can actually pursue. Next slide. Okay. Then for you to complete this qualification, you need to complete the first 4 modules listed here, which is compulsory. That's your short-term insurance environment, risk management, liability insurance, and commercial property and business interruption insurance. And then you choose 2, either motor insurance, reinsurance, commercial underwriting, management and leadership, or marketing management practices. We also, as Sinazo mentioned, want to make this very practical. The subject risk management, we basically request you to complete, or we teach you how to complete a risk report. And for the commercial underwriting, we also give you the underwriting guide. You go through the underwriting guide, and then in your assessment, we then ask you to go and underwrite a business. So it's quite practical and a lot of fun. I will now hand over to Wendy for the BCom.
Thank you, Charlene. Good evening, everybody. My name is Wendy Manuel, and I'm the Program Oversight Manager for the BCom in Short-Term Insurance. Now, most of you this might be the first time you hear that there's a BCom in short-term insurance, but there is. We are doing our best to professionalize the industry. So the BCom degree with a major in short-term insurance, it equips students with knowledge of a wide range of products, including specialist offerings in short-term insurance industry. You understand things like regulations, the claims processes, underwriting, risk management, and reinsurance. This combined understanding enables ethical and professional decision-making based on industry-specific scenarios. So the degree provides a solid educational foundation in commerce, covering key areas like business management, accounting, and economics. It's designed to impart practical competence and knowledge base for students entering the labor market or pursuing further studies. Next slide, please. So who should be doing this program? It is really suitable for anyone in the insurance industry, but more specifically persons who require a strong foundation in business principles. The additional modules allow candidates to acquire detailed knowledge of the key principles, rules, and theories that underpin the short-term insurance industry. Also, people who want to apply for the designation as a fellow, which is the highest designation that the IISA provides, the BCom qualifies you for that designation. And once you are done, like I said, we're trying to professionalize the insurance industry. These are some of the things that the qualification actually qualifies you to do. I know in reality, people get these jobs without the qualifications, but the information that we have really makes you perform better in these roles, like being a technical underwriter, a claims manager, business development manager, an insurance broker, risk engineer, key individual. Yeah. And then the subjects that we do, guys, we really try to make it really fun for you. We know learning is serious, school is serious, but we try our best to do certain things that make the qualification fun and practical. Like you have heard with Sinazo and Charlene, we really try to make this learning process practical. It's not just unique to the BCom. Some of the things that we do, for example, in the advanced insurance products subject, which is available in your year 3, we do what we call flip classrooms, where you teach us, or we do give you a short summary on what we are discussing, and then you teach each other. We give you scenarios to discuss and actually come up with the solutions yourself, because in learning, we know that we do not necessarily hold all the knowledge. Sometimes our eyes are opened when we hear things from you, so that's quite fun. And then in the case study, we have role playing with Marisa. She loves this part of her job. She loves it with all her heart. She pretends to be different people in the insurance industry, and then you you get it. She talks about it all the time. I know she loves it. I knew about this before I joined MUPAC, so I'm really sure about this. Yeah, so this is just this is just the structure of the program, where you have your generic modules, generic business modules, and then you have subjects that are specific to the major, which is where we come in, where our lecturers that you see here take you through these modules, like legal framework, which is in year 1, commercial lines, COLI, which is in year 2, risk management, which is in year 3, as well as commercial property and business interruption 7, which I have the privilege of taking you through. And then we also have personal lines, LINs, short-term insurance environment. Now you can see that some of the subjects, you might have seen them on the advanced certificate or the higher certificate. So if you have done any of them on the other qualifications, you do get credits for these. You don't have to repeat them. So yay for you. You can do it much shorter. But yeah, that's the BCom in short-term insurance. It can take you a minimum of 3 years, but you don't have to complete it in 3 years. You have up to a maximum of 9 years, so you can space your subjects accordingly and do it in the time that you desire. Thank you. Back to you, Marisa.
Thank you, Wendy. Yeah, no, the role playing is so that all the voices in my head can also come out and play every now and again. So it's fun. But guys, of course, the real reason we are here today and the absolute heart of our program lies not in our textbooks and the policies, but in the people who live and breathe insurance every day, and that is our students. And today we are honored to introduce you to 3 of our incredible students whose journeys not only reflect the strength of their academic offering, but also the depth of talent and commitment in the short-term insurance industry. Firstly, we have Liana. I am not sure if we can see her, but she is definitely here. Liana has been working in the insurance industry for just over 5 years and currently serves as a financial lines underwriter at SHA, a division of Santam. Liana is a shining example of determination and excellence, as she was the top performing student in our higher certificate in short-term insurance for 2024 and will be recognized at the African Insurance Exchange Conference in July. Her commitment to both her professional role and academic growth is truly inspiring, and we're proud to call her one of our alumni. Next, we also welcome Tabu, who used to be a technical quality analyst at Santam, but currently serves as a team manager. Tabu has shown remarkable academic achievement in his advanced certificate in short-term insurance, earning 2 distinctions, and most notably in the most difficult modules that there is on the advanced certificate. Tabu brings precision, passion, and a clear vision for where the industry is headed. And finally, we are thrilled to introduce Rowena, who is a technical portfolio manager at a short-term insurance company with over 17 years of experience in commercial underwriting. Rowena graduated with distinction with her BCom with a major in short-term insurance. And for the past 8 years, she has focused on technical underwriting, an area that she is deeply passionate about. Rowena brings strategic insights into complex risk portfolios and known for her thoughtful solution-driven approach. And beyond her professional accomplishments, Rowena is also an avid reader and has recently taken up loom weaving, which I will ask her about now. I'm sure you guys are also very curious, reminding us that lifelong learning takes many forms. Each of these students represents the caliber, character, and curiosity we strive to foster at Milpark. They're not only applying what they have learned, they are transforming the industry, one policy, one risk, and one decision at a time. So, as we move into today's discussion, I encourage you to listen closely to their stories. They embody the future of the short-term insurance, and we are so proud to stand beside them. So, I think first off, Rowena, what is loom weaving?
Loom weaving, I've actually learned about a few months ago. It's some type of, some people have different things that they want to de-stress about. So I'm not a art person. I can't draw or write, and sometimes reading really needs to take your mind and you need to apply the reading and understanding of it. So looming is basically just taking some wool and then forming that into a form of art and making little beanies. So that is what I've been learning. We're doing it for disadvantaged children because we know it's also the winter season, and that also contributes also to the community, but also de-stress because you can just do it without putting in a lot of work, but it's really calming to the mind, calming to your environment, and it also is a good thing to give back to the community.
Oh, thank you. That is so cool. I'll see if I can do that. I'm not very arty at all.
Even
But
myself.
anyway. Liana, I think if we can maybe start on your side. Can I hear it? Is your mic working? Yes.
Yes, can everyone hear me?
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Liana, what was the most valuable thing you learned during your studies on the higher certificate that you still use in your job today?
Oh, yeah, there's many things, hey, but the one thing that does stand out for me is the basic insurance principles that I've learned in my higher certificate. I'm an underwriter, so there's a lot of terms, conditions, and endorsements on policies, which I always have to be explaining to clients and brokers why I have certain endorsements on, why are there certain terms only for this client but not another client. So I'm better able to explain myself because now I have a solid foundation, which I did definitely get from doing the higher certificate with Milpark.
Thank you so much. And Tabu, on the advanced certificate, what was the most valuable thing that you learned on that qualification?
Thank you, Marissa, and greetings to everyone who made it on the webinar. And thank you for inviting me as well. I truly appreciate the honor. And then something that stands out the most on my side that I've learned, because as a team leader in the reinsurance space, basically it's the most focused on risk identification, risk evaluation, and also risk mitigation. But it doesn't end there because also there should be certain controls in place because I have to account. So if there's a gap or if I miss something, then I am the accountable person to answer in terms of how did we miss 1, 2, 3. So I think from my learning, that's one of the most valuable things that I've learned in my qualification, and it has added a lot of value from that aspect.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think I'll go to Rowena for the next question and then we'll cycle back again. Rowena, how did your qualification prepare you for the real world challenges of working in insurance? Oh, you're on mute. No, it's okay. Tabu, can you take that one and then we'll jump back to Rowena when it sounds back. So how did the qualification prepare you for real world challenges working in insurance? He's also muted now.
My apologies. Can you hear me now?
Okay. We're all back.
Right. Okay, so I'll just base it on my experience, right? And especially in the department that I'm in currently. So what I've realized is the skill gap within the insurance industry, because the insurance industry requires real underwriters, people with technical experience. And as you can see that currently we're recruiting people maybe from tertiary, others with matric through learnerships and all that. So the qualification has equipped me enough to provide enough support, knowledge, and also impart my experiences to the new generation, or maybe people who just joined the insurance industry from a skill gap point of view. So that's what I can base it on.
Oh, perfect. Rowena, and how has the BCom prepared you for real world challenges working in insurance?
So the BCom has really prepared me, as Wendy mentioned earlier, about the foundations, the solid foundations, in terms of business principles like finance, economics, and risk management. And all these subjects are basically relevant in terms of the insurance industry. It also helped me to understand the bigger picture of how insurance actually fits into the broader economy. Pre my BCom, I've never done economics. I haven't done it on school. And I was exposed now to these subjects on when I started my BCom. And also in terms of the accounting, it also taught me how to interpret the financial impact that the insurance industries or businesses' finances have in terms of risk. And then also beyond technical knowledge, it developed my analytical thinking, problem solving, as well as communication skills. And all of these are also crucial when dealing with, for example, complex claims, or when you negotiate renewal terms with clients, or when you have to also sometimes explain different coverage when it comes to survey reports or more complex risk, when you have to explain to the clients why you need to adhere to certain risk improvement requirements, etc. So overall, in terms, it taught me a lot of theory, but also it prepared me to think critically and also to operate professionally in a fast-paced industry like the insurance.
Oh, thank you. Liana, I'll jump to you. Were there any modules or projects or assessments or anything that you did that stood out for you that was specifically impactful or memorable?
I would say memorable. I would say the marine insurance module. So that's not actually my current line of work. And when I took up this module, it was the first time I was exposed to marine insurance. And if I'm being very honest, it was very confusing. And I somewhat hated the subject because I couldn't understand. And then I remember there was this day where I asked Charlene a question on our tech forum, and she answered me, and I'm just like, I still don't get it. So anyway, as the weeks went on, I took it upon myself to go and do more research above and beyond what's in our modules, what's in our books. And I actually became really fascinated with how marine insurance works. And it's like there's so many interlinking parts to the policy that makes up the entire policy, the marine policy, and it's very technical. And technical is something that I really enjoy. And the terms and the bills and the wables, I have never heard these terms before. So yeah, it was really an honor to actually do marine insurance, and I'm really happy that I chose that as my elective.
Yeah. Before I give this question to someone else again, marine insurance, I remember when I used to teach it, I used to say to the people, marine, you cannot forget everything you know about insurance and think about marine, think about it as a contract.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it as insurance, you're going to break. Think about it as a contract, and then it starts making sense in a way.
Yeah, definitely. It was my favorite in the end.
Oh, thank you. Taibu, was there any assessment or something that stood out for you that was specifically impactful or memorable?
Yes, there was. It's basically on the commercial underwriting module, right? Because I'm in the commercial space, so that would mean a lot to me. And, like my focus was mostly directed in terms of underwriting from a commercial point of view. So I would say it's interpretation of the survey reports, understanding survey reports, and then basically having an idea from that point of view in terms of how to make underwriting decisions based on surveys. And then obviously it's a matter of understanding different classes of insurance, how to underwrite each and every specific peril. So it's basically that, but mostly something that stood out is based on surveys, where I struggled with surveys.
Oh, cool. Awesome. And Rowena, what stood out for you the most? And you're not allowed to say my different personalities.
What stood out, what stood out for me the most is definitely economics. So people that the prior students that studied the general BCom scared all of us about accounting and economics. And I couldn't understand how does accounting and economics actually fit in to the insurance industry. But studying it and understanding the subject really gave me a strong foundation in order to understand and interpret, like I also mentioned, financial statements. Also, in insurance, how it actually plays a crucial role in terms of understanding when claims need to be paid out and why an insurance company also needs to be financially stable. And then in terms of economics, it also taught me of how extra or external factors such as inflation or interest rates also have an impact on our local insurance industry. For an example, and currently, as an insurance industry in South Africa, we are now waiting on the reinsurers now to make a call, and we can already see the differences in larger premiums coming in for smaller capacity or reduced capacity. And that is also with influence from external factors such as what's happening overseas with the California fires, for an example, with the tornadoes and tsunamis that's happening overseas. So all of that also have an impact on our local industry. And these subjects really made me understand much more about how it basically impacts insurance.
Oh, awesome. I see. I do want to leave some time for questions. So I think the rest of the questions I'm just going to pick. So, Tabo, I think the next one I'm going to throw to you is how has this qualification helped you grow in your current role and move into this team manager position that you're currently in?
All right, so I'll just start off by highlighting that Wendy mentioned something that on the BCom part, that the BCom basically assists you to be in managerial positions, but there are people in those positions of that BCom degree. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people, so only my advanced at the moment. And then it has added a lot of value because of number one, credibility, and especially the institution that you study with has a bigger impact as well. Milpark is highly recognized, highly valued. And then because of that as well, and studying throughout the qualification via Milpark, it has earned me that credibility. So hence I managed to move from the technical manager, technical quality analyst role to a managerial role while I'm still busy with my advanced certificate. So it did had a lot of value from a credibility point of view.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. Liana, if I can go next to you, what was the most challenging part of your journey and how did you overcome it?
There was a lot, but I think the main one was having a full-time job and writing Milpark exams. So first semester, and me being the person that I am, I chose to do my certificate within 1 year. And that meant I had to write 3 exams per semester. And then after I registered, I realized that my exams falls in within a peak period of my work. Oh, sorry, there's something here. And then I was like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And actually, it was chaos everywhere, chaos at home, chaos at work. And I actually fell sick after I wrote my exams and I finished off my work at my company. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to put myself through this again at second semester. So I decided to be more organized. I created a timetable, which I didn't deviate from. I made sure I ended work when I was supposed to. I ate well, I slept well. And yeah, second semester was so much better, and we're here now.
Yeah, and you were the best, so it obviously worked.
Yeah, definitely.
But you know what? I know. Look, our qualifications are accredited and all of that, but people always think I'm a little bit crazy, which probably is true. But because I am so proud at graduations that I cry, but it's also because I know what it takes to study and work. I mean, most of us, or most of the lecturers, we were studying and working, well, in industry back then, and some of us still are still studying. So it is such a massive accomplishment. And yeah, okay, I'm not going to go there now. Rowena, if you can maybe give one piece of advice to current students working towards a qualification in insurance, what would it be?
So one piece of advice that I would give to current students is to be open-minded. Don't assume that when you work for a brokerage or an insurer, that you already know how the way things are being done, especially when it comes to your insurance case studies or insurance scenarios or different questions that they ask in assignments. Because even if you're already working in the short-term insurance industry, you have to avoid the mindset that I already know this, because the content provided by institutes such as MOPA is broader based on the Multimark principle, which reflects the best practices across the wider industry and not just focusing on one insurer's processes. So the more open mind you are to learning from the academic material, the more you'll understand how your role fits into the bigger picture. And that broader perspective will not only help you pass your exams, but also prepare you for future growth across the industry.
Oh, thank you. And Barbara, what would you say to someone that is unsure about whether insurance is the right industry for them?
All right, so from my side, basically insurance is broad, right? And then there's this narrative that maybe insurance is just someone calling to sell you a policy. And I understand because it's lack of knowledge, because insurance is not popularized as any other career out there. However, I would say that if you're looking for something that is challenging, something that will challenge your mind, if you're open-minded, and if you want to come up with solutions also to make the life of other people better, because insurance is about mitigation of risks and also making sure that they're proper, that proper, maybe what's this? My English is running away from me now. Yes, that's proper measures in place, basically, to mitigate the risk. Because by so doing, you're also making the life of another person better. And like I think it's Rowena have highlighted that from a broader society point of view. Because if you manage your risk, basically, you're also helping another person economically. In a sense that if I know that maybe I'm insuring my company or my property whatsoever, a loss of that asset will also affect the economy, in the sense that now you have to basically, if you didn't have insurance, you have to budget and everything like from that point of view. So if you're not sure in terms of taking insurance or not, just look into the fact that insurance is broad. There are also key areas within the insurance sector. There's legal, there's finance, there's everything. And then we can just maneuver within the insurance industry.
Yeah, no, it is the one place I don't think you can ever get bored because every day is different and every risk is different.
Exactly.
Last question to Liana. What are your career aspirations going forward, and are you planning on studying more after this?
Yeah, definitely. I will be studying more after this. Interesting story for me that I love to say is that the insurance industry chose me. I didn't choose the insurance industry. I feel like most people on this call feels the same way. I actually have a degree in something completely different, but here I am now. So I'm actually enjoying the insurance space, something I thought I'd never enjoy because I assumed it was boring. So yeah, so on Tabo's point there, don't dismiss it too quickly. There's a lot to learn. You never get bored. I will be studying again next year, probably doing my advanced certificate, and then thereafter going into a more risk and compliance qualification. My end goal is to be more of a technical underwriter or specialist. I want to do policy reviews, policy wordings, drafting policies. So yeah, that's my end goal and that's where I'm heading.
Oh, Amazing. Thank you so much. And Liana, Rowena, and Tabu, thank you very, very much for being here tonight and just telling all our the people attending, what it is like to be a Milpark student and sharing your stories with us. We really, really appreciate it. So to all our attendees, is there any questions? You're welcome to type. You're welcome to put up your hand. We would love to assist wherever we can if there's anything you have. Let's see. Or is there questions in this chat so long? Nothing. Oh goodness, this has never happened before. Anyone, ask a question. Okay. Strange. Okay, I'll ask a question. Okay. Okay, yay. Thank you, Gordon. So Gordon asked, is there a new semester that starts on 1 July? It doesn't start on 1 July, but we are already open with registrations. It will start, I think, towards the end of July. We will officially kick off this semester. So you guys are welcome to register for any of the 3 qualifications if you want to now start. And I know it's sort of, I almost want to say it's weird to start in the middle of the year, but if you think about it, if you start now and you get Liana's study schedule from her, right, then you can be done next year this time. If you start in January next year, you're only going to be finished in December. So it's up to you. It's completely up to you. Njabu, Jabulu asks, is it advisable that I can just straight to BCom from NQF? Will I be accredited for modules I have done? I don't know what you've already done. Because we're in the financial services industry, it will also depend on are you a full representative yet? Because remember, you have only 6 years on your DOFA date to complete a full qualification. So if you go straight BCom, then you need to complete your BCom within 6 years, which I guess is doable, but rather do a higher certificate, not work under supervision anymore, and then go BCom. That would be my advice. But it's completely up to you if you want to go from higher certificate to advanced or higher certificate to BCom. And will Milpark see our previous qualifications if we want to do a BCom? Yes, Karen, definitely. It just depends what you did, but if there's an overlap, we will definitely look at that, and we will definitely do a credit transfer for you on specific modules. Zulu says, I have a degree in BCom in financial management and want to study short-term insurance. How do I apply for exemptions? Zulu, now you ask me. I haven't done that in a while. Zulu, I will email you tomorrow and send you all the documentation, because I know there's a document you need to fill out. And then I will get someone to send you everything that you need to do. Let me just make notes here. Okay. Emma says, I've currently started a new role in Q&A as a claim auditor. Would you recommend BCom in insurance? Already have a higher certificate in short-term insurance. Okay, so QA department as an auditor. I think for me, you always have to I almost want to say, don't look where you are now. In your inside, you as a person, you need to sit and you need to say, okay, where am I going to be in 10 years? Okay, in 20 years, where am I going to be when I shouldn't say age, because then I might insult certain people on the call. Where am I going to be when I'm 40, 50? Okay, to be fair, yeah, but think where you are going, and then you decide what you want to study. If you want to go BCom, do you want to go more management, more, understanding all of the influences on insurance, or do you like the technical part of everything? And that is, I think, how you decide which one you do. Because I know the BCom it's a big time commitment. Liesel says, can I get the cost information on your website? Yes, definitely, Liesel. Everything is there. Would like to complete a 6 to a BCom, 100%. Everything is there. Can I do a single module which you have not done or covered before as part of your previous qualifications? Yes, you can do a module if you just want the information. I'm assuming you're talking about marine that Leona raved about. You're welcome to do it on non-degree purposes if you want to do it on a standalone. Angelique asked, how many subjects can you get exempted for on the higher certificate and advanced certificate? It is 6 modules. So Angelique, I will also grab your email address from the list, and I will send you, I have a BCom study plan that you can fill out and plan out for yourself. And if anyone else needs it, please just shout. I'll send it to you as well tomorrow. Yeah, Irene, I will send it to you as well. It completely depends on how fast you want to go. That you can complete a BCom. Personally, I came in, okay, but to be fair, I'm a Speedy Gonzalez. So I got my 6 modules off. I did it in 2.5 years. So it can be done, but you will have very little time for anything else. So Nazu, can you maybe remember if we do automatic exemptions if a student did study with us? Or is it?
Yes, we do, Marissa.
Okay. Anna, yes, we do. It is automatic. Thank you very much. Then Sharon asks, I've done my NQF 5 and 6, just waiting on subjects motor results. Yay! What subjects can I start with in next semester? Sharon, I assume do you want to move on to the BCom? I will send you that one as well. Let me know if that is not what you are looking for. Okay, Karen also wants the BCom planner. Excel. Timmy says, I'm a little bit nervous as I have to repeat my personal lines on NQF 5 in financial planning. Not to, but can you please, I'm not. Hubby can look after the kids till I finish this subject. 100%. To me, that is number one. So for all the ladies out there, number one thing in life is get a good partner that is good with kids. That's how I did it as well. Okay. To me, secondly, I will make a public announcement, and you guys aren't allowed to tell other people, okay? And don't judge me either. I failed my personal lines the first time I wrote it as well, but it's because I thought I was smart and I already know everything. So to me, Charlene has a very good study trick. It's called, what's it called? Lynn, help out here. What is it called?
It's called B2C.
Yeah.
Bum to chair.
Yes, that's a good one. Yes, that's definitely the best one. And make yourself little mind maps about, okay, this is content, this is what is covered, this is what is not covered, this is my extensions. For me, that works. I'm a visual person. It depends on if you're a visual or an auditory person. Otherwise, you can listen to the recordings, or otherwise put the kids down and teach them. It is one of the best ways to learn is if you teach someone else. Then there's a question, can I move from the NQF5 to the BCom, or do you have to start with NQF6? You do not have to do the advanced certificate. So that's where that question comes in. Why am I doing the qualifications? Okay. The NQF6 will give you deep technical knowledge. Okay. So if that's what you're looking for, that's where you go. The BCom, yes, it takes a lot longer. But if you don't, okay, and it's also if you are specifically if you want the IISA designations, the associateship and the fellowship, one of their rules is you have to have a full qualification to get it, right? Okay, that's straightforward. But if you want to be a fellow, you have to have been an associate for a few years. So if your ultimate goal is also to be a fellow, then do the 6 first, get the exemptions, and then you become an associate, and then you work towards your BCom. Okay, I've got that one. Irene also wants my study plan. Sure. Only my study plan is famous. I must. Maybe we should post it on the website. With the BCom short-term insurance, can I get entrance into WITS to do an honors in risk and insurance? I'm pretty sure Wendy studied at WITS. Wendy, I'm going to throw that one to you.
Why do you want to go to WITS? Just study
exactly. That is a very good question. I should have led with that.
But I'm sure you can, so long as it's because it is an accredited BCom, you are able to get into an honors program.
Yeah. So I know, Shaheen, I know this is a short-term insurance webinar, but Milpark has a risk management postgraduate diploma. And one of my electives is insurance management. We just finished it. So let me tell you. So you start off, we literally teach you how to run an insurance company. Okay. So we start with like the basics, the HR and the policies, the HR policies now. Then we go marketing, distribution, what else do we know? I can't remember everything, but it's a lot of fun. We do the solvency, we do the reinsurance, we do and in that module we build AI bots. We teach you how to build AI bots, how to build an AI underwriter. So you can go look at what WITS offers, but you're welcome to come to our postgrad in risk as well. Anyway, okay, the Borgo also wants a. Okay, yeah, maybe I should just add it to the meeting. That can also work. So. Okay.
I don't know if you answered Fadia.
Oh, well, what is the question there? Did I miss something?
I've taken a 2-year break from my BCom studies. Do I have to restart the qualification, or will I be able to pick up where I left off?
No, definitely not. You have 2 years to complete your BCom. So.
Did you say 2 years, not 9?
Oh, yeah, you have 9 years to complete everything.
Yes.
Okay. And I think that is all the questions. But guys, once again, thank you so much to our wonderful heads of our qualifications, Sanazu, Charlene, Wendy, and to our incredible panel, Rowena, Liana and Tabu. Thank you very, very much for joining us tonight and telling us your stories. We really, really appreciate it. And finally, to all our attendees, thank you very much for taking the time to come and listen to us. We truly appreciate it. You must have a wonderful evening further. Thank you, everyone. Bye.